it's really important to understand how we all fit together. I think that there's a really cool moment that happens when you are working a shift and you're on the floor and you have, guests are coming in, you got orders, the kitchen's rocking, the bar's bumping, you got to keep it moving. There's a moment where you stop thinking and you just do. And we all move together, and it's kind of like the Matrix. You know that moment when Neo, suddenly everything is in green and it's code and it's numbers and he still sees things within it? That's kind of how I look at service. There's a code to it. If from the guest perspective, it's like they have this welcoming environment, the smells, there's stuff to look at, it's dynamic, there's something for every part of your sense. But under the layer, we're being intentional, we're being strategic, and we're making sure that we're hitting certain points. It's not to be robotic, it's just to create a reliable rhythm. Does that make sense to everybody? Why we call it a cycle? Okay, so this obviously is very important. We've talked about it a little bit, we've had our breakout sessions, we've gotten to kind of really dial into what we are specifically responsible for. The point of this is that I want you to start to comprehend this as a full experience for the guest and understand your role in it. It's very important. If somebody skips a beat, you kind of take the whole thing off track. And we want to keep it moving forward. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so today we're going to get back into our cycle of service. I know that both the dining hall and jazz lounge service have been really trying to work on their verbiage and what that initial greet feels like and sounds like and looks like. But this is also an opportunity for all of us to say, oh, now I do this, and this is where I come in, and kind of just create that instinct. Okay? I also want to go over like danger zone of timing of when things should be happening, when you should feel like, oh, got to do something a little extra, or I got to pick up the pace, or make a different choice. This is kind of part of that of how we can catch it. Sound good? All right. We're also going to do a little stylistic and technical things to consider. I know that you've been working on the product knowledge, which is always like the biggest concern, to know what you are doing and offering and to be able to really discuss it, to also make money. We've been talking a lot about the philosophy. It is a business. Trust me, I got you. We can build your checks and we can build guest experiences at the same time without choosing the money over the guest experience. Does that make sense? All right, so the first thing that happens, they are walking through the door, they see these beautiful murals, and they open the doors. What happens? Melissa?
We're there.
You're there, right? To do what?
To greet them, receive them, and refer them over to the city.
Yes. Host, greet.
Be their beacon of knowledge about the restaurant.
Say that again?
To be their beacon of knowledge about the restaurant.
Yes. Beacon. What a good word. Really sets the tone. So, as just a connector piece, you got to actually walk people to the table. What do we do here? How do we embody hospitality? How do we move? Real question. Julia?
Let's talk about walking to the table.
Mm-hmm.
So, compliment them, ask them how the day was.
Little
Where are they
table talk.
visiting from and from that from? Small talk, but like good small talk.
Kind of loosening some people up. I also want to focus on the fact that you're following the 5-foot rule. We're following the yielding hierarchy. Everybody knows when they should be moving where. Who's at the top? Unescorted guest. Perfect. What's next? Escorted guest. Yes. So in that moment, you're escorting a guest, correct? Do you go first or last?
In comparison to
Anybody.
well, except with the exception of an unattended guest.
Yes, absolutely. So when you're walking through the dining room, what you can expect is that you're going to have a clear path to tables. Because also when servers are running around, you don't want to leave your party behind first off, but you also don't want to get cut off. And that feels like that's stressful to be in a situation you just want to sit down and like, what just happened? Yeah, there's like glasses and stuff. No, in this sense, you can rely on the fact that we follow the yielding hierarchy, and besides an unescorted guest who's just walking around, you have the right of way. So you have your small talk where you're engaging people, you're making people feel welcome, comfortable. So then they're seated and they're handed what? Yes. Our menus are going to be on clipboards, by the way.
Are all three gonna be included, like, all of
To be determined. All right. So now guests are seated. Now what?
And then we refer them over to their waiter, either by name or if we don't know who the server is, we just tell them the server's name.
I want you to know the server.
The server's name? Okay.
Yeah. I want, whenever you have an opportunity for the veil to be dropped, would you say?
Just make it more personal.
Yeah, make it more personal, invite people into it, make people feel like you're a part of us. So, yes. Phoebe, Rick, Jaylee, Jen. Right with you. Okay? It's also really important that you learn each other's names for that specific reason. Okay?
If they're eating in the jazz lounge parlor, should the host in the front give the menus, or are they going to get their menus from the host here?
It's a great question. Great question. All right. Let's put that in parentheses. I think also, I'm sure you guys have noticed that part of what's really fun about opening a restaurant is that anything's possible, but also these questions that come up, an easy answer might not be right at the top, but we will always come back to it. So I'm putting it up here. Menus for Jazz Lounge.
And same with the bar. I was kind of, when I was going with the host yesterday, just if they're eating in the bar, will there be menus at the bar already, or are we going to give them something?
We'll have bar menus,
Right, I figured that would
I'd
be
assume,
more.
yeah, the bar would be,
some sort of tabletop.
yeah.
Stock our own menus in my bar.
What'd you say?
Stock our own menus in my bar.
Yeah, I think so, because that's also part of like, got something special for you. That you don't get to see that menu up at the host stand. I like that. Menus for Jazz Lounge versus bar that we did talk about. Parentheses inside of parentheses. All right, so everybody has their menus. Now what? Who plays? Who steps up? Servers. Yes. Okay. So what happens? You greet them. And what have we been working on? What feels like forever? What have we been working on? Servers.
Learning our, like, greetings.
What'd you say?
Learning, like, what we're going to say to them and, like, telling them about them.
Yeah, your introduction.
Yeah.
You obviously, when somebody sits down in the dining room, timing and perceived timing is very important. As soon as a guest is seated, you want to acknowledge them. If you're busy at another table, it's simple eye contact and a smile and just, an indication that I'll be right with you. But other than that, I want you there within 2 minutes. 2 minutes is max. 2 minutes is really too long, but I want you there within that time frame. Okay? All right. What's next? Drink water? Is it? Water preference. So that's within. Water preference, menu breakdown. A little style point. If you have a deuce or a two-top and they're on a date and it is a man and a woman, I'm telling you, when I go and I greet a table and when I do table touches, you best believe I'm making eye contact with the woman way before I'm making eye contact with the man. I'll refer to him, I'll include him in the, hello, how are you? But I'm speaking right to her. Do you guys know why? Huh? You just never know, and you don't want to like insult somebody right off the gate or have them thinking like, oh, this chick. And you're like, oh, really? Like, that's not, you don't want to do that. Small story. I met Harry at my previous job. He was outside with his girlfriend and dog, and I, after coming in and meeting and having conversations, I didn't realize that I had spoken to him that time, but I definitely remembered his girlfriend. I remembered the dog. I remembered how old the dog was. All these little stories, but it has everything to do with the fact that I'm going to want to be perceived as tripping. I'm going to be talking to that female. So just be aware that you affect people, and you have to make the best choices. All right. So we have our water preference. We've done a little menu breakdown. We've talked about our concept, who we are, what we do. You're going to have an awesome time. We welcomed you. What next? This is also on page 8 of your server guide.
Make suggestions.
Make suggestions. Absolutely. What do you need to know to make suggestions? Yeah. So that's a nice little opportunity for you guys. Get it. All right. So you've made suggestions. What's a great thing to highlight right away for suggestions? What's up? Huh? Cocktails, definitely. Specials. What about the specials? What does Chef Paul do every week?
Gumbo.
Gumbo. That's one of our things, guys.
So that's going to be verbalized, it's not on the menu?
It is on the menu, but you do want to draw people's attention to it and let them know that it will be rotating, and it is a dynamic, living, breathing section of our menu.
So it's going to be a different version of gumbo.
Totes. Yeah. Okay. Suggestions, specials. We have our gumbo. It makes us special. At that point, you will have talked about the cocktail menu, or wine, or beer. Kind of have that, kind of be flexible as to what your guest wants. You're going to get your order. You're going to put it into the POS system using position numbers and table numbers. We will be going over that a little later today. So don't worry, it can still remain this like abstract concept. You put your orders into the POS. You go to the bar. You got to get your cocktails down. And what else are you bringing? Yes. Just a little bit on the cocktail delivery. We will be using trays for everything. You need to be mindful of how you are handling glassware. People watch you do everything. Handle glassware as far away from where a guest will be drinking from as possible. Also, if you're carrying coupes or up glasses, don't look at them. Just take them. Or suck in your stomach like
They
a...
won't be overflowing.
What'd you say?
So there'll be a good enough wash line where they're not going to be like up in the top.
Okay. Weird. I was like, I will be measuring my cocktails. You are a good,
Bottom third glass for any glass.
All right. When you drop cocktails or wine, who do you go to first? The bartender? Yeah. He's like, I already had my drink. When's the next one coming? Yeah. Well, when you have your drinks on your tray and you're bringing it to your table, who do you go to first?
Women first and clockwise rotation.
Say that loud.
Women first and clockwise rotation.
Yes. What side of the person do you put the beverage on?
Right.
Yes. Say that again.
They're right. The whole
Yes.
thing? Okay.
Yeah, say the whole thing. Go ahead.
Right, Ricky, right.
Now I'm waiting. All right.
Right, you're right.
So you start with ladies. Go clockwise. And deliver to right. If somebody also to kind of throw in there, if somebody's ordering a bottle of beer, a bottle of wine, or a bottle of water, anytime you pour it, you want the label facing the guest. It's a package. It's like, this is what you ordered. It's not something that somebody will be like, I really loved it at South. They always showed me the label as, they were pouring things. That's not the point of it. It's like, it's very subtle, and it's about the details. Like, you're nailing it. And you're not hiding anything. We're not ashamed of anything. Look at what we're pouring you. Okay?
So for bottled beer, we'll pick it up at the bar. Will they just give us the bottle and the specific glass, and then we'll take that to the table, pour it, and then just take the bottle back?
That's how I imagine it.
Okay.
Does that resonate with you?
Okay.
Yeah.
And it'll be opened, or are we gonna open it at the table? Beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cut down on now it's just like efficiency, you're thirsty, let's go.
What if they're buying a bottle of wine? Will we open that at the table?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If they do order a bottle of wine, you're gonna do proper wine service, which we will attack a little bit in our breakout a little bit later.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So everybody's enjoying bread baked in house with honey cream cheese and regular butter, and sipping on my cocktail. I'm loving my water. What next?
Get their full orders.
Get their full order. Why do you think that's ideal?
So the kitchen can prepare for the next course?
Yes. So the kitchen can prepare. If we're communicating, we want to set everybody up for success. They got to know what's coming. It would be the same thing as if I didn't show you, if I mapped out a whole thing of reservations for the full evening, and I didn't tell you what was next, how many more people we had coming in, all of that. We want to set them up for success, and it also gives you time, if there is any error, you can correct it, you can adjust, and it keeps you on track, okay? Because you're seriously, one of the keys to being a successful server is being organized and being strategic and having the flexibility to figure out what strategy is best one, okay? All right, so get full order. It's nice to the kitchen. So now we're still in server. What's something that the server needs to make sure? Drinks are full enough. Everybody's got their water. What else? Meats. You gotta make sure whatever they have, they're ready. Like if they are eating this really good corn soup, what do they need? What side of the person does the spoon go on? Yes. Excellent. Okay. So now the table has been meesked. And who makes their grand appearance? Food runners. Cool James and Jersey James at this point. So break it down. What are you gonna do?
Serve the food.
Totally.
It's kind of really important that the seat numbers are multiple. You have one that makes it like auction, more professional, putting a bunch of kids down. Big ball up is all along. Very frustrating. That and like that's how we know like what place to put on where on our arms. It's like seating order.
So there's a reason behind why you have to go in the right order. Try, if you can, put your position numbers in order. It helps when you're running, because they're taking it, chef's calling it, they're loading their arms up, and they're taking it out to your table. So in that, they only have that moment with chef to have the table number, the item, and the position number called to them. They confirm it, and then they bring it out to the floor. They don't have time for your position numbers to not be correct. And it's not cute and doesn't feel special when you're like, who's got this? Yeah, like salad. Also, by the way, have you ever had that experience where you go and you try and deliver food to somebody and they have no idea what they ordered? Yeah, this helps your guests too. They're not asking if this is the pork chop. They're telling you pork chop. Okay? Because even like if I'm having a good time and I put my order in and I'm like chit chatting, it takes me a second to be like, what? Oh yeah, that is mine. Let's like forget about it. Let's put the table number, position number, and they'll handle it.
A lot of music's frustrating.
What?
With live music, it's like frustrating too because you can't hear it.
Yeah.
How do you
How much
hear it?
attention is on this? I don't care that. You should know I got the friends. I don't need to look at them.
Look, as long as it's on my table, I'm okay. But yes, there's also that element of live music and having to interact with this environment. It's important. You got to get it right. It's also
It
helpful.
also just looks badass. You don't need to speak it. It's like,
Oh yeah.
especially when it's manager servers and they're like,
Yeah.
how did they know? They weren't even here. Yeah, it's just
Absolutely.
really cool.
That's also part of the reason I'd love to deliver drinks to people.
Because they're like, who are you?
Yeah.
How do I got that?
They have no idea. A lot of people, you'd be surprised, they don't even know that when you go out to a restaurant, they have a table number or position numbers. But that's how we promote and provide magic. I've never seen you before, but I know you have the chicken. You know, like stuff like that. It's important.
I know you.
Yeah, like it's that's part of the magic of dining out. It just appears. So again, this is like, don't throw away these moments. I've said this to to servers. Don't throw this moment away. everything counts. It's cool to have stuff just delivered and arrive and have it be absolutely correct. Small note on modifiers. If somebody has an allergy, you need to mark it in your POS, and you need to confirm that they are in fact safe. Okay?
Are you okay with, I usually, like, when I ever drop food, if I knew it was an allergy, I would, like, just assure them, like, okay, no peanuts in this.
Absolutely.
To let them know, like, we didn't forget, I know that you are allergic, we're not trying to.
Absolutely. And it's impressive to a guest who has some type of allergy, the fact that somebody even bothered to ask you, bothered to take care of you, and now we all know about it. We're all invested in keeping you safe. I think that's pretty cool. Imagine how that would feel.
They feel
Yeah.
like, and they can come back.
Yeah, because a lot of times it's like, I feel so terrible, I have this peanut allergy, I can't interact with the world in the same way. It's like, it's okay. We got you.
That hits home to me. My nephew's extreme with a lot of allergies, but peanut especially, so I'd like to be a place that does exactly what Ariel said. And to answer your question head on, absolutely get in there and get credit for it, you know?
Oh yeah.
They like that.
Right.
They like it a lot.
Anytime you can associate yourself with a good feeling or a good moment, take it. Take it.
Can I ask a question going back to the bread thing? Because I wasn't here for this part yesterday. When we're bringing bread in, I see that the way it was set up, there's two kinds of bread. Are we doing like for each person we'll ring that kind of bread, that kind of bread, that kind of bread? And I'm explaining.
We haven't gotten into it yet.
All right,
Because I don't know how many
I'm
breads
sorry,
there
I'm
are,
just, like, thinking
or
of
if
you
we're
doing that.
slicing it, or if they're individual,
Okay.
or if you're even ringing it in, or if you're going and getting it. Like
Okay.
those things will be hammered out. That's definitely
All right.
next. You're good at these ones, huh? All right. So logistics. All right, food mods, allergy, all of that. Okay, so food has been delivered. What do you need to do? Check back. This is very important. You're making sure everything has gotten there, everything is right, and you also, it gives you an opportunity to adjust if anything is wrong. Okay? This is important. Do not skip this step. The reason for that also, I want to make it very clear, every guest who comes to South leaves happy. Every guest. We don't let somebody leave your section, your table, the building. We don't let them leave until they're happy. That's very important. Okay? You gotta incorporate that attitude. Do whatever it takes. Okay?
Got a little insight on bread service without your time too.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so it's been a little bit of a moving target, but that's just because they're just absolute perfectionists back there. Kat is going to be able to join us full-time right from the beginning. She's going to be our pastry chef, so make sure you introduce yourselves and making the rounds. So it's going to be a corn muffin. It's going to be a smoked Gouda. You don't have to write this part down, but it's going to be a smoked Gouda and cheddar corn muffin. It's going to be a Benny seed and something biscuit just told me there. So it's, but anyway, there's no cutting for the front of the house. There's really nothing really too involved. She's going to feed the bread warmer so it'll live hot or live warm, and then we'll, basket, probably napkin up to Ariel, and then we'll kind of assemble one of each for everybody. They're little guys, and then runners. Little James still here? There he is. Pipe some butter earlier. Swipe the top so it's nice and clean. It'll live at room temperature, so we don't get that hard butter in there because the bread will crumble. So it'll be real easy. It'll be bang, bang, boom, assemble, go. Up to her. I would say servers, but yeah, I would say servers. Yeah.
It makes sense also if you are, there's a lot of stuff in here that you guys are responsible for, but it has everything to do with the timing of when things get there.
Yeah.
If you can take care of